Listening to talkers makes me thirsty.
Thank you for tuning in to 15 Minutes of Fame, brought to you by Indoor Sun Records and the Liquor Portal. We'll be live on Indoor Sun's Records Facebook page every Monday night at 7 until 7:15 p.m. East Coast time zone. Each week we'll be interviewing and playing music from all your favorite bands, from local favorites to regional bands. And at the end of the interview, there will be 5 minutes where fans can ask questions to our guests in real time. So get those questions ready. So tune in to 15 Minutes of Fame every Monday night to learn about and interact live with band members from all genres of music. If your band is interested in interviewing on our show, please contact us on our Facebook page. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope you enjoy our show. So welcome to the second episode of 15 Minutes of Fame. We are excited to introduce tonight's guest, Gutterance, in the house. So let's start off with some questions here for band members. So let's start just by simple introductions. Let's introduce the members of your band.
Derek, the drums.
Paul, I'm the bass player.
All right, Derek and Paul, thank you for coming out tonight. I know your journey was long.
No problem. Glad to be here.
Yes. So, I mean, how did the band form?
Well, I mean, basically, like our friend James, we played in bands for since we were kids. So basically, kind of just kind of came to him with this idea, this project, about just getting back into playing some death metal and just some heavy stuff we used to when we were kids, things like that. And so he was like, cool. And then we called Paul up, and like I said, we've all played before, and so we fit right in, and Dominic. So we've all kind of, in one way or another, I had kind of played, in music, with.
So you were all in the same circle kind of thing.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
So you found each other. It was easy to get everybody in and start to sync up to make Gutterance. So once you guys started going, I mean, you guys hit a specific genre, but what would you consider your genre to be?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's kind of tough. I mean, we all have our own influences, and we all shoot for stuff that is just incredibly aggressive. Like, we'll sit down and fire up the cauldron and see what comes out. Well, does this make me angry? Like, how can I make this more brutal? And then that's just, we sit around and do that, and we come up with stuff and end up with this.
So that's what kind of made you decide that, to be in that genre, to be in that hard-hitting genre? Because you're right, I do hear different elements as well.
Right.
Than just being, balls out to the wall.
Right, so we don't want to be in like any subgenre, so we're just basically like metal. So and that pretty much covers because we do have different elements of that, in our music, so that's
So
in a sense.
In there with the heaviness and hear some prog movements all of a sudden, and then you guys get back.
Where you hear a little bit of slam or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
you know, and it basically, you know, our influences, you know, over the years, it just kind of stick out, you know, to, you know, as well, because we pretty much all same background. We all listen to heavy music. We all listen to some form of heavy music or even non-heavy music.
Yeah.
You know, so it's yeah. So it's,
Well,
I
cool,
think it's a
cool.
good combination.
Love it. Yeah, it's definitely a good combination of not just being in one genre, but of different types. Well, playing this type of music, I mean, what is the most fulfilling thing playing live shows?
Oh, we'll go first.
Well, number one, it was 25 years in the making, pretty much. They all went their own separate paths. I went my own separate path, and then somehow, magically, we all just came back together, and it happened to be stuff that we all like. I mean, it was amazing, you know? Like, we'll sit back, and we listen to the same stuff, and then I have my stuff, he has his stuff, our guitar player, James, he has his stuff, and it just so happens that we all like the same level of aggression, you know? But I'm about speed, James is about more doomy stuff, you know? So then he'll play whatever, and then I'll listen to it, and I'll come up with something for it, and then it just ends up being that way. And it all sounds different, and it blends together really well. And the key is really, it's all about aggression. That's all it is.
So is that what's reflective of those live shows? Is that a
Well-
representation of that aggression?
And that's what is
And we try
really
to.
the best part of it, is getting up there, and it sounds awesome to us. And
And we want to make sure we relay that, you
Yeah.
know, to, you know, the audience. For me personally playing, it felt, you know, it kind of, it's one of those things to where I get a real rush out of playing live, and, you know, especially playing with people that, you know, that we can make some really beautiful music together, you know, and then for everybody else to be able to enjoy it. So, and if we just get that one person that likes, or two people that likes it, I mean, you know, it's for me personally, it's well worth it, you know. So,
Well, cool. Well, with that kind of music, you know, you obviously have to have a different range of influences. What would be considered yours influence music?
well, you got the big four death metal, right? You got
Right.
you got Cannibal, Fetus, Suffocation, Nile. That's where I come from. And then James, he's Mortician, like the old school grindcore kind of stuff, the slower kind of stuff. You're heavy Suffocation, Aborted.
yeah, mostly Suffocation, Deicide,
Yeah, I
you
forgot about
know,
them.
especially Immolation. It's definitely James and I love, you know, we love Immolation.
Yeah.
Grave, you know, more of the really old, like, you know, late '80s, early '90s death metal. You
foundational
know,
death
yeah,
metal
yeah,
stuff.
but you know, like all metalheads, we also, you know, like Metallica. We also like Anthrax, things like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, but yeah. Yes, definitely forgot about Obituary. Yes, I was actually listening to them today. I was listening to them today at work.
There was no way you're gonna get around that with Brian. All right, so that was.
I had
was
no
a
idea.
given.
I had no idea he liked Obituary. Wow, that's a new one on me. And I've
Brian
known you for
Fisher,
what, 20-some
trumpet
years?
not having a microphone, ladies and gentlemen.
So you know, I know that you guys have come into Indoor Suns, and you know, it was an incredible experience having you guys there and recording.
Yes.
Penance, which I think was just, you know, a fabulous song. It was exciting to be able to produce that with you guys. And what were you able to do with that song? Where can it be found right now?
Okay, well, Penance is on all streaming platforms. And especially when you go to Spotify, there's going to be this is another band that's called Penance, and they're more of a,
Gutterance.
you know, I mean, there's a band called Gutterance, another band called Gutterance, and they're more like, you know, hip hoppy kind of, just, you know. But I'm just saying, if you don't see this logo,
Look
then
for the logo.
It's not us, but
Not hip hop.
Yeah, you know, so. But
Not
yeah,
R&B.
yeah, definitely not R&B, not, you know, techno, none of that crap like that. So.
It's funny, if you can read the logo, it's clearly not death metal.
Right?
Clearly. God's sakes. Do you have any live shows coming up soon?
Yeah, actually, yeah, we do. And actually, I'm gonna pull my phone out so I don't screw this up.
he's the guy to talk to about that. I don't know what's going on. They're just like,
They just
like-
call you and say, "Be here."
exactly right.
You
Hey,
know,
you
Like,
know,
all right,
I-
load up the car.
players, you know,
I put it in the
struggle.
messenger, and I'm like, hey, you know, you have a choice of saving this stuff. But yeah, so for everyone out there, we have a Casey's Music Alley in Fredericksburg. That's coming up on March the 26th. And then we're also playing in Fredericksburg on April 3rd at the Rec Center. And then we're at the Morgue in Hampton, so we're very excited to play that place. And that's on April 24th. And then we have the Shred Fest coming up at Casey's on May 29th. So make sure you guys come out and support, you know, not only us, but, you know, your local bands and everything like that. It's very important that you do that, you know.
Are we
'cause
doing,
We're all on the same. We're all on the same thing here.
We're doing Hot Odds Lake. I thought we were doing Hot Odds Lake.
Yeah, that's coming up at the end of August.
Yeah,
so
that's
right now I'm
that's
just
the one
trying
to go to right
Yeah,
there.
you know, but
Yeah,
definitely.
that one.
But
that one
you
would
know.
be definitely the one.
Records presents.
That's right.
Yes. Yes.
Represent for all you guys out there
Yes.
with music. So thank you very much for coming in. We're gonna do
Thank you,
some,
guys.
Some other stuff right at this moment. Cody.
All right, guys, get your questions in for Gutterance right now. We're going to kick it over to Penance while you get them in.
this existence. Be thankful that I saved you all.
And we're back.
Back.
All right, cool. Anybody got questions? What? Thought I heard one come in.
Looks like we got one from Roscoe up top. Who starts the writing process?
Thanks for the birthday wishes there, Roscoe. That's awesome, man. And, well, James and I, get together and we, write songs. He comes to me with riffs and, he usually hums them out. And then we'll lay them over to me and we'll just hash it out. And then we get Paul in the room and everything like that. So that's kind of how it works.
Yeah, like he'll write us something. I'll listen to it. I'll come up with stuff. Oh, or I'll just send him another piece altogether, and we call it James Vacation, where he'll take it and change it up and mess it all up. And I'm fine with it. I don't care as long as it works. Whatever works, works. And if it's cool, it's cool. So we're all real happy about the situation and the process and everything.
Yeah, it definitely works out. So.
See
Randy Martin says, "What's up? What's up, Randy?"
Yeah, no, I'm excited for the Shred Fest, the home of Guar. It's been a dream of mine to be on main stage, and I think we are. So everybody come on out to that. That's going to be awesome.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. It's going to be a lot of bands out there. There's going to be a lot of bands that night. So. Let's see.
Yep, no, it's pretty sparse on the old stream there.
Yeah, we're good.
That's
All right, guys. I think we're going to call it right there. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Tune in next week, 15 Minutes of Fame, 7 p.m. every Monday. We'll see. Oh, we got a last-minute question from Randy.
Great.
I'm holding the button.
what is it?
How long have you been crushing drums, bud?
Gosh, I guess since I was about 10, 9 or 10, band geek. Started out 5th grade. Through high school, and then I guess once I got past that, man, I got tired of writing all my stuff down, here and there, and just trying to write structurally. I was like, well, but yeah, so it's been about 10 years old. So actually, I was inspired by the drummer from the Go-Go's, to believe it or not. So.
Well, there you have it, guys. Tune in next week, 7 p.m. for another episode of 15 Minutes of Fame.